Here's the moral of the story. We're really splitting hairs here. Opted for the popcorn button down for this one because, like a lot of you at home, thought we might see a show.
You are the Russell Westbrook of reporters, by the way.
What, I take bad shots? Why don't you go ahead and get comfortable, because what we're about to do is going to take a while. I feel the need. The need for speed. Ow! This Valentine's Day is not over. We got what, an hour and 22 minutes left? We're in good shape. You want to make the rest of it extra special? Here's what you do. You're on the couch, lean over to your significant other, whisper right in their ear, babe, pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. Oh, tell me more. No, don't do it. We're not going to play this whole moral victories game, okay? Not with this coach, not with this team, not when you went out on this field and lost to your rivals by 3 touchdowns. Still could have been a lot worse. See, this was the reason so many of us were against the tank in the first place, and really why there was so much optimism about this squad potentially being in the play-in. So when the Magic have their 2 best players, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, combined for 21 against Denver, who just happens to be the best team in the league, and still find a way to win by double digits, well, something's not really adding up here. It's going to end up in victory lane. It's really hard to predict who that one driver is. Give me a short list of names you think can get this done. The last few days, this community, our Spectrum News family, has lived a nightmare. We needed something. Last night, the only thing that mattered was the choices made by the medical staff and paramedics. They properly identified Hamlin's state and what needed to be done. The Seb Hines era for the Orlando Pride, unfortunately, starts with a setback. Club officials announced today defender Carrie Lawrence suffered a torn left ACL. This happened last week at training camp down in Port St. Lucie. She has been ruled out indefinitely. It's very likely she's going to miss the entire season.
When we sit down again a year from now and talk about 2024, but look back on this past season, what are we going to say about this club?
He said, I got to do a little prep work, a little studying, but no, it's not easier. At Daytona International Speedway, Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports 360. Hi there. So let's go ahead and talk about last night. And no, we weren't surprised with what went down. You had the worst road team in the Eastern Conference against a Miami team who's getting hot and healthy at the right time. No big deal. In this league, you know the drill. You got to have a short memory. So we got good and bad news for tonight. Let's start with the positives. You're back at home. Yeah, 13-12 at Amway, won 4-5 on your home floor, including 3 straight. It's great. What's not so much is your record when it comes to back-to-backs. They came into this one on the second leg of consecutive nights of work, 1-8. Ugh. I'm gonna go ahead and hug it out. It's gonna be okay. Really for moral support, but also it was a reunion. There he is, Nikola Vucevic, back in town. 4-3 after tonight against his former club. This one was just weird, ugly, wild, and then weird. 13-point game at the half. Bulls blow it open. Vooch, the assist to DeMar DeRozan, who had 32. Bulls up 22 later in the third. Feed him, 9. He finished with 26. Bulls led by as many as 25. Jamal Mosley decided he was going to bench the starters, let the second unit try and finish this thing out. That was a smart decision. End of the quarter, Mo Wagner, a guy that usually does the dirty work and rings the bells. He was in the spotlight tonight. 3 to end it. He scored 16 straight in one stretch. Franz is like, yes, that's my brother. He had 27. It's a 12-point game in the fourth. Wagner again. Get it on the floor, DMX. That leads to this. Cole Anthony, wide open. Yeah, we're going to show a replay from that. 68 points from the bench. They would cut this thing to 5. Amway's rocking. That girl left her guy hanging. Sorry, your friend zone. Anthony doing windmills. He finished with 21. Everything's fine. No, it's not, because then Chicago flex. Zach LaVine. We're LaVine-ing with a dub. LaVine, DeRozan, Vucevic combined for 90 of Chicago's 128. Magic lose by 19. Boy, why don't we flush this one out real quick? That would be great. Now 1-9 on back-to-backs. Their second straight loss after last night. Jamal Mosley and company, not ones to make excuses.